12 to 19.
All right. And then coming up on the 22nd here at the Cowan Civic Center, Route 66 Comic and Toy Convention.
Now, we're going to see you there, Patty, right?
Were you calling me a comic or a toy?
A
Or a
fan.
tool?
Yes, the Route 66 Comic and Toy Convention here at the Civic Center. It's going to be all day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They'll have comics and toy convention and something for everybody: artists, vendors, special guests, food trucks, and more.
Mm-hmm. Lots of fun for everyone. Well, we've got a great lineup of guests here to talk to you during Chamber Talk. And I guess we'll just go right down the line. Austin Moore with Mid Missouri Insurance is here to talk about which hat are you wearing today, Austin?
So for today, I'm going to be wearing the Mid-Missouri Insurance hat, and then we'll
Okay.
briefly touch on a little bit of the fair.
Okay, so
So-
fair insurance.
Yeah, well, I'm on the fair board, so we can briefly talk about this.
Okay.
So, we'll talk about insurance first.
Yes, please.
It is no surprise that insurance rates have been going up. We've had more natural disasters. We've had more losses throughout the Midwest. We've had more claims. I mean, we just had a hail event 2 weeks ago. So
Now, Austin, okay, gotta stop you. Gotta ask you a question. I have heard this over and over and over recently. Why should I have to pay for somebody else's claim?
because insurance is a cost share style
Okay.
design.
Okay.
You pay your proportion, and then as you have at a claim event, you get your loss covered.
Okay. Cost
And that-
share.
Well,
Okay.
let's call it that.
Yeah,
That's an
that kind of
example.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an example, but really, insurance companies take in X number of dollars, they pay out X number of dollars after expenses. Without getting in the weeds, many of them have been losing money. They've paid out more than they've taken in over the last couple of years.
Right.
That's why the rates have went up. Yes, I hate it too. I have never filed an insurance claim, and my rates have went up as well. I'm in the same boat. I'm not happy about it, but it's the world we live in. That's how we make sure to protect the assets we have.
Exactly. So, out of all the different types of insurance that you carry at Mid Missouri Insurance, because there's a bunch of different types, which would you say is the most important to have up front?
Up front, it's going to be your personal insurance. So it's going to be your home and your auto. Those are the two that I would recommend. You have to protect where you live or where you rent. You know, you need to cover the things that you've spent money on because you don't want to do it again, but you also need to be legal driving as well. That's also very important.
Right.
So those are the two that I would probably put highest, and then I would also recommend life insurance because your loved ones will need something if the worst were to happen. So it's just a good idea. There's cheap options to protect you, your family, and the people you care about.
All right. And now you said that insurance rates have increased. Now, is that across the board? Can we expect that?
Fairly
Or has it
consistently.
already happened?
It has either already happened or is happening almost entirely across the board. So
Okay.
that's where I'm headed with saying that. The other thing that I'd like to make a note is when you get your policies or your documents, whether it be email or through the mail, take a look at them because in the past, $1,000 deductibles were a very common dollar amount. A lot of people have been receiving renewals, not just with me, with other companies. This is kind of an across the board thing, but you're receiving renewals with a 1% property deductible, which doesn't sound that bad unless you have a $100,000 house and then it's a $1,000 deductible. If it's a $200,000 house, $2,000. So be aware of the percentage deductibles. It's not intended to scare you away from those. It's intended to inform you is the reason I'm making this comment.
But doesn't the person who buys the insurance, don't they have control over that?
Within reason, yes, some companies don't offer anything other than certain deductibles. But you do get the option to choose what you want when
Okay.
you purchase your insurance. Some renewals, however, have been coming out that have different deductibles or have options for different deductibles
Okay.
on them that may look enticing and be cheaper because it's percentage based, and you may not understand what that means. So that's why I was making this comment, so that it just informs.
So a $500,000 home can be substantially higher in the deductible range versus a $120,000 home.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's the difference in a $1,200 deductible at 1% or a $5,000 deductible at 1% based on the property value. It's not based on the loss or the claim amount.
Okay. Austin, I have another question for you. People love it when I
Feel
do
free.
this. I'm just, she's going rogue again. Okay, so when a person purchases insurance and say they have an accident, they file a claim, why would that claim be denied? What would be a reason that an insurance company would deny a claim?
There are probably too many options for what that would be, but
Okay.
generally speaking, if you have purchased insurance coverage and you have a local agent that is knowledgeable, they're going to insure you so that that's not an issue.
Okay.
Doesn't matter me or anybody else. Everybody around here is fairly knowledgeable. They're going to know what that means. A denial might be from an excluded driver on the policy, or on a personal auto, it might be because you were conducting business with your vehicle, such as Uber or DoorDash or something like that. Those are typically a non-covered class because you're in the process of conducting business with your vehicle, which is an exclusion on most insurance policies. Those are just two examples. I don't want to give a bunch more
Right.
just because I want to speak accurately on them, but those are scenarios where it might be a denied claim.
Okay.
Like I said, typically if you have full coverage and you carry uninsured and underinsured insurance on your vehicles, you shouldn't have to worry about a denied claim. That doesn't mean you don't have to go through the claim process, and that's never fun, but that's the scenario.
All right. So at Missouri Insurance, I know you offer several different types of insurance, and you also work with several different companies, insurance providers per se.
Yes, ma'am. We do. We have multiple companies, travelers, auto owners. We offer a lot of the local mutuals, which are great for our area because some of your larger companies really like the in-town style pricing and the community residences. I like a lot of the companies that we have because they do a great job insuring out in the county. A lot of what we call protection classes that are higher because they don't have a local fire department, or they have a volunteer fire department, or they're a long ways from a responding source for any of that. So our mutuals are great for that, and we love them.
And, and I think that's why it's been so important to our fire departments to get those additional fire stations built, is to kind of help out those families that live in the rural parts of the area.
Yes, ma'am, it matters.
Yeah.
It does. How fast they can respond is a determining factor in what kind of rating classifications their residents might be in.
Are there any other steps that a person, because I know, car insurance is what it is, but home insurance, are there things that we can do outside of moving next door to a fire station to reduce our premiums?
Yes, there are, but none of them are quick fixes. Let's word it like that.
So we can't seal all our windows and get a discount?
Typically not. I'm not saying that there's not a company that would give you a discount for that, but the newer the roof, generally you get a discount. Insurance also does what's called a soft pull on credit score. So your credit, your job type, all these are part of the factors that go into the pricing metrics for insurance, and that's what insurance companies use across the board. I don't know any company that doesn't. So you're going to have some form of pricing metrics that are based on you personally, but I will tell you right now, in the climate we live in, the best insurance that you could generally buy will be if you don't have any claims.
Okay.
On your homeowners, it's going to be if you haven't had any claims. On your auto, it's going to be if you don't have any claims and are a good driver and don't have any speeding infractions or anything along those lines. The less claims, by far and away, you're going to be a better candidate for every company that wants to look at you as far as insurance and pricing.
All right. Let's talk about the fair.
All right, so this is going to be short, simple, and sweet because I don't want to overstep my bounds on
The
this.
fair's going to happen.
The fair's going to happen. My reason for bringing it up, July 6th.
Yes, it starts
I almost
July
said June.
6th, and that is a free night.
Yes, that's why I was bringing it up.
Yes.
We will have Ruby Lee at 8 p.m. at the fair for her concert. We'll have a drive-in car show at 5 p.m. Essentially, the whole day we'll have some form of activity. The fair is free to get in Saturday and Sunday. The carnival will be running, and it will cost to ride rides on the carnival, but the fair itself will be free to get in, and we just wanted to make that note, as well as the concert. Concert will be free. We will also, assuming that it's not too dry and we don't have too much rain, we will have fireworks as well.
That's great.
So
And it's all free,
that's
except for riding the rides.
the community night
Yeah.
is designed to be free.
Yeah.
That is why we have it, and it's awesome that we get to.
Yeah, and you've got some great sponsors for those
Oh, yes.
big events that night.
Yeah, it's nice that we want to thank our sponsors. I don't know them all, so I'm not going to thank any of them because I don't want to leave anybody out. But with that being said, come see them. We will have banners. They will be rotating on electronic signs. Our sponsors are awesome. They're what make this happen. But, and without them, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the community night. But they have allowed us to have some of these nice, Ruby Lee coming in and just the events that allow us to enjoy it and nobody have to be charged to be there.
Exactly. And of course, then all week, the following days, there's something on the track every night. And of course, the kids are doing all of their shows of their livestock and animals all week long during the day, too. So, yeah, Fair Week, it's a busy time.
It is.
And it's going to close out on the following Saturday night with another fireworks display, weather permitting.
Weather permitting, we will have 2.
That's great. Austin, thank you so much. Any final words before you go? You want to tell people how to call you?
Yeah, sure. We're at Mid-Missouri Insurance. We're right next to Mid-Missouri Bank, 278 North Jefferson. Our phone number is 417-532-5800.
Okay, thank you very much. Amanda Huff is here, and Amanda is with Avenue and Home. What you up to?
Busy, busy, busy.
Busy, busy. That's good when you're
Yeah.
talking real estate, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
No complaints.
So, Amanda, is it a buyer's market or a seller's market right now?
Right now, I would say it's because of interest rates, buyers are picky, and they are getting picky on inspections and on houses. And so right now, I would say it's a buyer's, but I don't know.
So
Someone else
sellers need to get their ducks in a row before they sell.
Right. It's not the years previous where you can list way high and get it in 4 days. We are doing price drops. We are seeing things sit on the market a little bit longer. Like I think days on market on average the last 12 months have been 61 days.
Wow, that's a huge difference than a couple, 1-2 years ago. I remember my sister put her house on the market, and it was like she was getting calls from all over. We'll buy it. We're bringing cash.
Right.
It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not happening anymore, is it?
No. Things
Yeah.
are sitting. And days on market also, even if it's under contract, it's taking 61 days to close.
So when a person is thinking about selling a home, what are some of the key things they need to do to get their property curb appeal ready?
Mow the yard, put a flag in the on the porch. Just make it look presentable where someone driving by will want to actually see the inside. If the outside isn't pretty, they don't want to even attempt to look at the inside because they see how you take care of the outside.
Okay. And then for buyers,
Uh-huh.
what are some key things they need to do to get ready to buy a home?
They need to talk to a lender and get pre-approved. And they also need to maybe interview different real estate agents that they want to work with and pick the one they can talk to the easiest.
So, Amanda, you're relatively young. What made you choose real estate as your profession?
It's kind of a fun story. When I was younger, my parents, they wanted to buy a house and they took 10 years looking at houses. So
Oh, wow.
back then we used to have open houses here in Lebanon regularly. And we would go to church on Sunday, get roast beefs from Hardee's, and then go to all the open houses that my parents wanted to look at. And I just fell in love looking at houses.
And that prompted, so, but they did eventually find a house, right?
They did. My senior year.
Your senior year. Well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, and young buyers, you know, young first time home buyers, they really need to be careful and find an agent who knows what they're doing.
Yes. 100%.
Don't rely on the what do you call that, owner finance and all of that. That's
Right.
not the best
No.
way to go.
No. And for sale by owners can kind of be scary if you're a first time home buyer. Also, sometimes they pick the newest agent because they know, and new agents sometimes do not know how to deal with some of those government loans and might get you under contract on something that won't qualify.
And you guide them through that.
Yeah, I am a mentor to many agents.
That's great. That's great. So, Amanda, are you ready to sell a house today?
Yeah,
What do you got on the market?
I have a couple on the market right now. I have one on Sassafras that's a Lebanon address but located in Stoutland. It's a mobile home. It's 4-bedroom, 2-bath, listed for $140 on 2 acres. And then I have a piece of land with a unique home on it on Horizon that's listed for $97,000. And then we have a fixer-upper in Richland that is right at $100,000.
All right. So, how do we get a hold of you?
You get a hold of me by calling me at 417-664-1113.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Amanda.
Thank you.
That's Amanda Huff with Avenue and Home. Now, Laclede Industries and Linda Kimmery, you guys are always doing things the community way, and I love that. Right now, you have got plans underway for a big event, a masquerade. Is that correct?
Yes, we're having a masquerade gala, and it's a celebration of our 50th anniversary. Fortunately, back in 1974, there was a group of dedicated parents and community citizens that were community-minded and wanted to find employment options for people that otherwise wasn't normally typically employed in the workplace. So Laclede Industries was born, and we're so excited to be celebrating this milestone.
So, what's going to be happening at this gala?
Oh my goodness. Well, first off, we're going to recognize some of our founders, and there's some prominent community members that will be there. We are then going to also recognize some of our employees. We have people that have significant disabilities that have been in the workforce with us for 35 plus years. So what a testament to their strength and ability to just keep on going no matter what life is thrown at them.
And, you know, what's cool about Laclede Industries is that, folks, they do employ people that sometimes the normal mainstream employment opportunity wouldn't come their way.
That's true. And sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes it possibly can, but because of their social anxieties or medical issues that they have to be absent for, you know, a lot of places have a six absences you're out policy. And when you have a lot of medical conditions, you can't always meet that. So we're real flexible with that, and our people are able to work and choose to work here. We don't make anybody work. They choose to work, and we're really excited about that because they come to work every day with a smile on their face and make our day a little happier.
So what is a masquerade ball?
Well, it is a combination of all kinds of things. Simply because our people are different, and we're not going to tell people what they have to do. We're saying formal, but it can be formal 1990s punk rock, 1980s punk rock, because we're having a rock band members only come out.
Oh, nice.
So we are going to be rocking the night away after our awards. And we have people coming in Celtic gear. We have people coming as Knights of Shining Armor. We have people just coming in suits and ties. We have people coming as Zorro, from what I understand.
It's going to be epic.
It's going to be hilarious. And of course, we're going to be announcing and showcasing them as they enter. So it'll be a fun night. We're going to serve food. And tickets are available online at lacledeindustries.com. And, you know, one of the fun things, we are community-minded as well, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the community. So we are giving a portion of our proceeds that we raise from this event to Community Cares. Melinda Fries is here to talk about that because she's been helping all along with this event because she's a great coordinator, and we're wonderfully blessed to have her in this community.
Now, before we talk to Melinda real quick, how much are the tickets?
Tickets are $50, and they include dinner. Boattown Brewing will be there with a cash bar, and they include the concert.
Okay. And that's per person, correct?
Per person.
Okay. All right. So, Melinda, and I have to say this, you know, that Laclede Industries is going to give you this money, and then you're just going to give it right back to them in December.
Oh, absolutely. No, they have been an excellent grant agency. And when I say that, please keep in mind that we have generally between 24 and 28 grant agencies that receive the local giving dollars called Community Cares. And Laclede Industries will, they have such integrity because Linda, who is a rock star, she will not ask unless they absolutely need it. And she could ask whenever she wanted, but they have done such an amazing job with the funds that they currently have and with the income that they're able to derive from all of the good works that they do, that some years I reach out and say, hey, I don't see your application. Where is it? And she goes, no, we got it this year, but thank you so much.
Oh,
they're
great.
amazing. So and when I think of nonprofits that have high levels of integrity and are truly working their mission and they're no greed whatsoever, I think of Laclede Industries. And so I'm here to say that this is a once in a lifetime event. I mean, Zorro, Knights, Masquerade. I have been scouring the Amazon to find a dress that looks like I could rock it out to members only, which I will. And I want to tell the community, this is about inclusivity. Yes, they're separate from the community in that this is a special location that they work in, but it's dignified work, and it is the only location that allows dignified work for all levels of disability, of course, within reason. Mm-hmm. If you're in a coma, I'm sorry. But the reality is we want not just to celebrate Laclede Industries. 50 years for any nonprofit is such a huge milestone, but also to remember that they are a part of our community in the best of ways. I can't remember a time I've walked into Laclede Industries and felt uncomfortable. They big smiles, so happy to see everybody, love to share their stories a lot. It's awesome. And so let's celebrate Laclede Industries. So I know not everybody is into 80s rock. I'm not judgy, but I will judge you for that. But if you're not into 80s rock, come for the amazing prime rib that is going to be showcased, and come for Brian Hash, who is a rock star at Boattown, and we love him. And come to celebrate. Come to remember that we have some exceptional human beings in our community, and they're having a party. And this is a party that it's a one-time thing. I also want to remind people that it is totally impossible to put all this together. Members only, not cheap. Food, as we all know, our grocery bills, not cheap. Being able to have the Cowan Civic Center and all the decorations that you will be blown away by, not cheap. And Laclede Industries is footing quite the bill, but they need sponsorships to be able to cover all of that because they're a nonprofit. So right now, Linda, the rock star that she is, she's a fundraiser at heart. She just didn't know it. She was able to connect with so many amazing community members and get some platinum and gold level sponsors all filled in. But there are silver level sponsorships available. And if your organization is highly interested in celebrating the diversity and the dedication to inclusivity in our community, which you know you do, you will consider a one-time sponsorship. We're not doing this again, so you don't have to budget it more than once, of $1,000, and that gets you tickets, that gets you on the banners, that gets you a lot of recognition, and it gets you a whole lot of feeling good, because Laclede Industries doesn't ask for very much. They almost never do. They are not the people like me begging on the street corners, which we will be doing. They do amazing work, and they don't ask for money. So how about this one time in your budget, if you're listening, please come be a silver level sponsor, peruse Amazon, be Zorro, do what you want to do, and celebrate inclusivity in our community. It's going to be the best time.
Okay.
So come out, do the thing.
All right. And again, that date is...
August 2nd, which is a Friday at 6 p.m. right here at the Cowan Civic Center.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Linda, one more question before you go. I have heard and seen people talking on Facebook and just hearing general conversations. And I hear the words, where can I recycle?
Everywhere.
And I'm just like, are y'all sleeping? But where can they recycle?
941 Utah Street, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 o'clock. Closed most holidays, and if that doesn't fit you, the City of Lebanon Public Works, during their open hours, you can drop it off right there as well.
Okay. Do you still have like the cardboard trailers where people can take cardboard?
Absolutely. We got a couple hundred of them out in the 6-county area, and people can
Did you say
contact me.
100?
Yeah, I did.
Holy moly. Wow, that's great.
We
That's
do.
great. And you can always go to their website, Laclede Industries.
.com.
There you go.
Pretty simple.
And get more information or ask for information about recycling or asking about the Masquerade Gala.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to see you there.
Thank you, Linda. Well, real quick here, Ashley, I was thinking about this as we wrapped up last week's show, and I realized we haven't talked much about membership for the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. So important. And now, tell me, if a person works for a company that is a member of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce, they're just an everyday employee, do they still get to benefit from the benefits
Yes.
of being a member?
Yes, absolutely. Every employee at those businesses, they're invited to our social events. They can come network with other people. They can come to our luncheons. We're not picky. We don't need, the CEO of every business and they're the only ones invited. It's anybody who's an employee,
Okay.
as long as your employer says it's okay. Ask first, don't just take off work. But
Well, they can do it in the evening. Because,
Yes.
I mean, you used to do business after hours. You're still doing that, aren't you?
yep, we do that quarterly. We used to do it monthly, but we did set that back just a little bit, so we can have bigger and better events, which we have been thinking about incorporating ourselves in First Friday.
Okay.
So that's what we did the last time, and I think we'll do that again this time.
All right.
Yep.
And of course, if you have a business and would like to be a member of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce, just reach out to Ashley here, Lebanon. No, what's your email address?
My email address is Ashley, spelled normal, ASHLEY, at LebanonMissouri.com.
Okay, and that's all spelled out, LebanonMissouri.com.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
absolutely.
Well, we got off to a rough start, but we finally made it. We're at the end of the show. Thank you all. Oh, no, not you. No, there's stuff going on the other side. Trust me. My fault.
It wasn't
but
Austin.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Chamber Talk is brought to you by the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce and Local Make Sense, and by Regional Radio KJL. Have a great day.